So how do you know whether someone likes you or not? Well, I believe there are a few things that you need to watch out for and look out for when you're asking yourself that question. One thing that I find most interesting is that whenever people ask that question, they immediately only think about the other person, when instead, wouldn't you prefer to know whether it's actually you that likes them? Because when that dynamic changes, everything changes. A lot of times, people tend to forget how they feel in situations like that and just immediately hand over all of the power to the other person. And I'm not saying this is a power dynamic thing, who's in charge, who has more control over the other person. But you can't just forget about yourself like that. You can't just leave yourself out. Your emotions and your feelings are just as important in that equation. It's not all about them. It is also about you. But there's also the fact that by simply asking yourself the question of, how do I know if they like me? Well, part of your answer is already there, because quite clearly the way they are and their actions are leaving you confused. That's why you're questioning things, which isn't particularly fair on you now, is it? Because whenever you have to question something, that means you didn't really get an answer. You're still kind of just wondering about it. I want you to flip the switch, and I want you to think about it this way. What do you do whenever you like somebody? Well, hopefully, you take an increased amount of interest into them, their life, and just things regarding that person as a whole, right? You want to know the things they like. You want to know the things they dislike. You might check your notifications a little bit more often in the hopes that one of those notifications is them, because you can't wait to talk to them more. You like the thought of them getting back to you because you want to talk to them. You may take an interest in watching their stories because you want to know what they're up to. You want to see what they're doing. And all of a sudden, you find yourself that your eyes and your mind are on them. So if those are some, or maybe all, of the things that you do, now ask yourself, do they do any of these things? Do they show any of those types of behaviors that you do? And I understand that everybody has a different way of showing whether they like somebody or not, but do they take an interest in you as an individual? Do they care about how you feel? Do they want to know what you like and what you dislike? Because if the answer is no, well, then that's it. Your answer's right there. Maybe they actually aren't that interested in you, but you actually lack the self-respect to tell yourself, that's okay. I'm just gonna let them get on with whatever they want to get on with. Let them go and go about your business. And instead, you will actively choose to keep asking yourself, how do I know if they like me? Or what do I need to do for them to like me? In this case, nothing. You leave. Because let me tell you now, if their actions are not visible, meaning the only things you ever see is words and not them, well, that's a big giveaway sign right there. Chances are they do not like you. Because if they did, they would actually be interested in how your day went. They'd be interested in what you're getting up to. They'd be excited to hear and learn about your wins, whether big or small. They want to celebrate things with you, but they don't. Because there's one thing that's the most common, and that is seeing I'm busy. Because there are two types of I'm busy. There's a genuine, I am busy, I am building something, I'm working on myself, I'm spending time with my family, I am doing something meaningful, something genuine that's going to improve my future or my current situation right now. That's a genuine I am busy. But then there's also being told that someone is busy when in reality those words mean I'm just not that interested in talking to you right now, or I can't really be bothered to come and see you, or there's already someone else that I'm seeing. However, I'm going to tell you that I'm busy because I like to keep you around, and then I'm just going to get back to you when it's convenient for me, or when the other person that I'm seeing right now is no longer interested. Because people can tell you whatever they want to tell you. They don't have to be honest. Actions are more honest than words. And I'm not saying people have to be, working or building a business or whatever to be busy, because sometimes just going having fun with your friends is being busy, which is completely fine. However, no one is ever so busy to a point where they can't make time for someone else if they wanted to. Because if they wanted to, they would. Because you always tend to see it. One person that's busy, when they are free, they'll get back to you. When they have a free day, they will want to come and see you. But the other person who's always busy will then always have another excuse of, well, I'm tired, well, I'm this, well, I'm that. And it's always about them, and then it's never about you. So always look at their actions, always. Although words can be nice, of course they can. Get a compliment, being told something really nice, someone noticing something little about you and repeating it. It can be lovely, of course it can. But actions are the ultimate thing. They're the deal breaker here, not the words. So don't get consumed in the things that they say, and instead watch for the things that they do. Because just like with words, people will tell you whatever they want to tell you, and people will always do whatever they choose to do. Remember that.